A biofilm provides a favorable environment for microorganisms. The cells adhere to a surface and combine to form a colony. Once they form a colony, the cells can work together to evade predators, including the immune system, and can cause hard-to-treat infections. Biofilms exist in almost every type of environment on Earth. They are a frequent complication of implanted medical devices and have a financial impact of hundreds of billions of dollars a year. From urinary catheters to pacemakers, and from prosthetic joints to tracheostomy tubes, biofilms affect millions of people every year. Join me this week as I discuss biofilms and complications which may arise from these microorganisms. A biofilm forms when one cell or a few cells attach to a surface. These first cells produce proteins which act as signals to nearby cells. The signals are detected by neighboring cells and recruit new cells to the surface. This collection of cells is called a colony. As the nearby cells detect the chemical cues, they aggregate and begin to form a biofilm. These cells then send out additional signals, recruiting more cells to the colony and growing the biofilm. The chemicals produced by the cells also signal the development of polysaccharides, which form a slime layer. The slime layer forms around the growing colony. The slime consists of many layers with channels which allow the cells in the center of the colony to receive nutrients and remove waste products. The polysaccharide layer acts as an adhesive to attach the colony to a surface. This prevents removal of the cells by physical force. The slime layer also prevents penetration of the biofilm by the immune system or antibiotics. Thus, biofilms are difficult to remove and pose risk to human health. Biofilms can grow on implanted medical devices such as prosthetic joints, pacemakers, catheters, and tracheostomy tubes. This in turn leads to infections. These infections are extremely hard to treat. Within a biofilm, bacteria are more resistant to antibiotics and disinfectants. When compared to free-floating bacteria, those growing in a biofilm can be up to 1,500 times more resistant to antibiotics and other chemical agents. Biofilms can stain surfaces. For medical devices, this may cause the item to discolor. Biofilms can also pit the surface it is attached to. This can cause damage to the medical device and may cause the medical device to fail. As it relates specifically to cuffs on tracheostomy tubes and endotracheal tubes, biofilms can eat holes in the cuff and cause the cuff to fail. In an article published in the Journal of Otolaryngology, 20 tracheostomy tubes were studied. 10 tracheostomy tubes were used in patients, while the other 10 tracheostomy tubes were controls which were placed on a counter. On all 10 tracheostomy tubes which were inserted into patients, mucus was present on the internal surface of the tracheostomy tube with diminishing presence at the proximal end. After staining the mucus, it became clear that this was a biofilm full of live bacteria. 4 of the tracheostomy tubes had a biofilm on the exterior of the tracheostomy tube. 0 of the control tracheostomy tubes had biofilm on them. In additional research, silicone, plastic, and metal tracheostomy tubes were used. All tracheostomy tubes developed biofilms. Moreover, ventilator usage had no strong association with biofilm formation. And finally, of the bacteria associated with tracheostomy and endotracheal biofilm infections, Pseudomonas aeruginosa and Staph epidermis were the 2 most commonly identified pathogens. Most manufacturers of tracheostomy tubes suggest changing a tracheostomy tube at least once a month. There are many reasons for this, but one of them is preventing biofilm-associated infections. Biofilms take time to form. On average, it takes about 30 days for a biofilm to organize and grow to a significant size on a tracheostomy tube. After 30 days, the risk of developing a biofilm-associated infection greatly increases. If a tracheostomy tube is changed once a month, there is a lower likelihood a biofilm will cause an infection. To combat the formation of biofilms, some medically implanted devices are coated with a layer of antibiotics. It is believed the antibiotics will kill the bacteria when it first attaches to the implanted device. If the bacteria is destroyed when it first comes in contact with the implanted device, the bacteria will not be able to recruit other cells and form a biofilm. Preliminary research suggests antibiotic-coated medical devices are decreasing the number of biofilm-associated infections. There is ongoing research with this new technology as it relates to catheters and tracheostomy tubes. Since these medical devices are frequently changed, there is a concern constant exposure to antibiotics may make the person susceptible to antibiotic-resistant infections. Thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to like and subscribe down below. I hope you have a great day and a wonderful week. Bye-bye! As I was researching this video, I discovered biofilms can stain medical devices. Many people have commented that my tracheostomy tube often appears yellow in my videos. And indeed, when I change out my tracheostomy tube, it has a yellowish tint to it. I have a chronic infection called Pseudomonas. It is most likely the yellow stain on my tracheostomy tube is caused by the biofilm the Pseudomonas produces. Here is yet another mystery which seems to have been solved by doing research for a video.